Great awakening beings, beautiful, beautiful beings out there. I got 3 life-changing books right here. They've helped me very much so along my way, along my journey, whether it's, you know, the whole spirituality thing or just life in general. These books are really for anybody. So like, if you have a hard time with like asking people for help, or like wanting to like, not like wanting a therapist or not thinking you need one, because, you know, so what, you know, maybe you don't, maybe you think you can do it on your own, and that's totally fine. But you know, like these here would help you like navigate what you're doing on your own, instead of like wondering like, oh, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Or like, I don't want to ask people about this, and I don't want someone else to tell me how I'm supposed to be, because I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least it's kind of how it is for me. Like, I have kind of a hard time with asking people like for advice or whatever. So these books have helped me with that, because it's like, they help you realize, you know, that you can do this all on your own. You don't have to have a whole support system all the time. So, you know, if you feel alone, and you know, like you want to improve your life, but you're just not sure where to start, maybe try reading some of these books. So let's go with this one here. We're going to start with like, I'm going to say all 3 of them, and then we'll start with this one, because this is the first one I've read. So this one's called The 4 Agreements, and I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but his name is Don Miguel Ruiz, or Ruiz, you know. That's how it looks. So yes, and then it also says like these little words right here say a Toltec wisdom book. So if you're into, you know, all that stuff. So anyways, I think what I'm gonna do, oh yeah, I forgot, I was gonna show all of them. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one. This one is what I'm reading currently. I already read all the way through this one, and this is what I'm on now. It's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I'm really sorry. I'm really bad at pronouncing like authors' names. So this is how this one looks. This one is very inspirational. It looks like it's a lot to read, but it's like, it's got a lot of info in there that keeps you wanting to read more. So it's not boring, you know? And this Eckhart Tolle guy, he is a spiritual teacher. So like some of you might know who he is, but that doesn't mean that like you have to be into the whole spirituality situation in order to read a book like this, you know? It's really for anyone, but for people who have been on their spiritual journey, you do kind of like understand it a little bit more, like fully, because so I actually read through like half of this, and then my son lost my bookmark, so then I had to start over, and I was like, kind of like, whatever, you know, I'll just start it over then. And the first time that I read it, I understood it, but it was like in the beginning of my journey. And then this second time that I'm reading it, it's like so much more making sense. Like, it's just really cool. And it's just, I'll get into it next. So then we got this one. This one's for like any of them readers who like don't really like reading books. Let me see if I can like, I don't know if I'll ever get copyrighted for doing these things, but like, they're like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you read it kind of like up and down, like random types of ways of reading it, if that makes sense, you know? So it's like, it keeps you interested. It keeps you on the hook of it. It's not just like, oh, opening a book and having to read it like normal, you know? Now in the front of it, it's got like regular type reading stuff. And then a little bit in the back too, it's got more to it. But like the brown parts is like the interesting, like weird, wavy, kooky type stuff in there. It's really cool. And this one is called Remember Now. Well, I mean, it just says remember on there, but I think what the real title of it is Be Here Now. So yeah, this is how it looks. And I'm pretty sure that this one This one's by Ron Don. Isn't that his name? Ron, or Ron Dass. Let me see here. Or maybe it's not, but I thought it was. It is. Ram Dass. I can't get copyright for showing the front, can I? There's like the table contents and stuff. And his name is right there. So yeah, he's really cool. He was a really cool author on this book because it's like so crazy looking. So yeah, these are the three. So let me really get into the details of, so this one, I think what I'm going to do is read the back of each so that you guys could really get a nice concept of it. So it says, in the Four Agreements, Don Miguel reveals the source of self-limiting beliefs that rob us of joy and create needless suffering. Based on ancient Toto wisdom, the Four Agreements offer a powerful code of conduct that can be rapidly transform our lives into a new experience of freedom, true happiness, and love. Now I see that it says the Toltec wisdom thing. It's not like a religious book or anything like that. Like, you don't have to know about the Toltec wisdom in order to understand the book or anything. It's just like generally got some really good info in there, you know? And I read this whole book. I am not a big reader. I don't know if I said that to you guys in my video about herbalism, but like, yeah, that's why I kind of started with the whole if you haven't seen that video, go check that one out so you understand what I'm talking about. But that's why I started first with the encyclopedia of herbs, because it was like easier. It had pictures and stuff like that, you know. This one, so you know that I'm not really that big of a reader, but this one kept me hooked. Like, it's just interesting to know, like, to better understand yourself, and then therefore you can better understand others as well. Because like, you can't just, it's kind of difficult to try and like understand another person if you don't even know yourself well enough, you know, because then you're just sitting there judging them off of things that you're low-key judging yourself on. That's for another video though. That's like a projection thing. Anyways, this front thing right here would give you a nice little idea of what this is about. So I think I'm going to read a little bit of those. So the Four Agreements would be like, first one is be impeccable with your word. And then the second one is don't take anything personally. Third one, don't make assumptions. And the fourth one is always do your best. Now those seem like cliche type of things, or like, oh, everybody knows that. But it's like, these go deep into like what it really means. Like, don't take anything personally. The thing says nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. Wait, I was just talking about, this is what I meant about the projection thing I was just saying. Anyways, so what others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. So like, that's basically, you know, like I said, once you know yourself more, sorry about that. I had a low battery. I don't know if it stopped anything. We're going to keep going. So once you know yourself more, then like you stop projecting, like you stop, it's hard to say, but like you stop projecting your negativity onto others. Therefore, you also realize when others are projecting their negativity onto you. So you don't take it personally because you're like, oh, like that person, you know, the whole misery loves company thing. It's definitely like, that's the fast way to sum it up. Misery loves company. So then you start to realize like, oh, that person's having a bad day. Of course, they're going to come at me about something because they're mad, you know, so don't take it personally. Then we got like, be impeccable with your word, speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using the words to speak against yourself or gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Take what you need from that one. I'm pretty sure that's kind of self-explanatory, you know, like don't speak negativity into existence, you know, and when you're constantly calling yourself ugly or saying you're not good enough, you really start to internalize that and feel that within yourself when really you could be the beautifulest one in the room. But yet you don't think so because you keep telling yourself that you're ugly, you know? Now we got, don't make assumptions, find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. So maybe if you want to just skip along to chapter, I don't know if that's each one chapter, so let me just not say that. But maybe you want to skip along to don't make assumptions, you know, and really learn that one first. Be a great one to learn. And then always do your best. By the way, like, don't make assumptions. Like, that's like just by hearing that, it's like, it makes me want to read this book again, because it's like, oh, maybe I need to look through this again. Anyways, always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you're healthy as opposed to when you're sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. That one's pretty self-explanatory too. So yeah, I feel like just by reading those little snippets right there, someone would be interested in reading this to transform their lives. I mean, I'm already interested and I've already read it before, but it's like, I want to read it again. So there's another thing. It's like a book you could read multiple times throughout your life. So 4 agreements. All right. And then we've got The Power of Now, which I'm on now. I've already read like half of it through. This one's like, it just kind of helps you realize to like stay in the present moment and like not worry about what's going to happen in the future and judge yourself on what has happened in the past. It's like just, you know, kind of helping you realize that what you're doing at this very moment is what truly matters. And then it goes more into depth on that. So it kind of helps you like feel better about your life because, and like how to improve your life too, because it helps you realize to, you know, like not judge yourself on your past, and then like you're stuck figuring out how to change yourself because of the past, and then being like, oh, I'm gonna be this good in the future, and then you're constantly looking in the future, looking in the past and looking in the future. You're like not in that present moment where you truly need to be, where you truly will flourish and like learn more about yourself. So it's like life-changing in just that simple way. The back says, to make the journey into the power of now, we will need to leave our analytical minds and its false created self, the ego, behind. Oh yeah, I forgot, it really helps you with your ego. From the very first page of this extraordinary book, we move rapidly into a significantly higher altitude where we breathe a lighter air. We become connected to an indestructible essence of our being, which is the eternal, ever-present, one life beyond the myriad forms of life that are subject to birth and death. Although the journey is challenging, Eckhart Tolle uses simple language and easy question and answer format to guide us. Which, yeah, that is true. He uses like a question and answer format. So the italics, there's like a piece in here. I really don't know if I can show the books and stuff. Then again, I mean, I am telling you to read the book and not like saying, oh, I did this. So like these are like the italicized asking a question and then he's answering it down here. So like, you know, it says like you keep talking about the state of presence as the key. I think I understand it intellectually, but I don't know if I have ever truly experienced it. I wonder, is it what I think it is, or is it something entirely different? And then he goes on to say, it's not what you think it is. You can think about presence, and the mind can understand it. Understanding presence is being present. So, oh wait, no. You can't think about presence. I said you can. My bad. Anyways, it's just like him basically saying, you know, like, while you're reading the book, you might be questioning what he's talking about. And so he's like making the question and then answering your question for you. So it's like really cool to see, like, if you maybe don't understand something, he's almost answering it right there, right then for you. So that's really cool. And like I said, this one might be more for people who are really getting into spirituality and stuff, but this is for anybody as well. You just gotta, like it says, you know, get rid of the egoic mind or like the analytical mind, or else you'll just read it and be like, oh, this sounds stupid. But it's like, no, you have to like think of it with a more clearer, open mind to like wanting to experience more, if that makes sense. So yeah, this one's really cool for, you know, staying in the moment and, you know, not judging yourself on your past and not trying to push yourself into the future too fast, because then you're not really living. You got to stay in the moment to live and love life. And we got this bad boy here. This one is really cool. I mean, I've read it like multiple times because it's just, so let me just be honest. I have not read like the white parts, because it's more of like talking about different yogis and their experience and stuff like that, and then like Ram Dass and stuff like that, which I think I probably should read them. But like what really interests me was the brown parts, because they just look so cool, and like the the illustrations and everything are just really cool in there. So like it just really kept me going. And when I was like, like I really want to read, I want to do something kind of productive or like learn something, but I don't really want to read, like I didn't want to force myself to read, I'd pick up this book and it would really help me, you know, just like get into the real nature of understanding the whole yin yang thing, and like the good or bad type of references, when like, because things like, it helps you understand that like there is no good or bad. It's all like supposed to happen as it happens, you know? It kind of helps you realize, as it does with the Power of Now, it's kind of like helps you realize to like stay in the moment and like not stress so much about your life, you know? And like just like take what resonates with you and drop what doesn't, if that makes sense, you know? And it helps you understand more of like how you are physically, like you are in control of your life, nobody else, you know? And so I thought that was really cool. Like, helps you understand that you're in control of your life, and you're like in control of how you read this too, because it's like, it just keeps you going, but it's not like you have to sit there and like fully have all of your attention on a book, you know? It's like, just like a cool, you know, like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so cool to read this, because it's like, it keeps you hooked as if it was a really good book, but yet it's like, it keeps you turning the pages and moving the book around so that you're not just like sitting there bored while you read the book, if that makes sense, you know? So it's really cool. And it has other experiences for other people, of other people's lives, I mean, so that if you want to see how like this type of lifestyle has changed other people, and maybe get some energy, or not some energy, some motivation for yourself, then, you know, that would be what you can do. Ooh, yeah, see, there's like yoga positions in here and stuff too on the white pages. So yeah, it'd be really interesting to read for like just anybody who doesn't really feel like reading a normal book, but yet they still want to read something to help improve their lives. This is your book right here. Oh, right here it says it. Yeah, Be Here Now. That's the real title. Be Here Now. But yeah, see, as you can see, I got a little bookmark in there still, because I read it all the time over and over again. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. Those are the 3 books. All 3 right here. And you can literally get all 3 of these at, I think you can get all 3 of them on Amazon. And I've gotten, I think where I really got all 3 of these was at Barnes & Noble. This one, let me be honest, an old friend gave me this one, and I am so thankful that she gave this to me. I was actually meant to give this back to her, but then, like, there were some things that happened, you know, and, she kind of stopped talking to me. I still offered to give it back, but, like, you know what I'm saying? But that's okay. I understand, you know, I understand how things go. It's all right. I will keep this book sacred and peaceful, and if she ever wants it back, I would you know, gratefully give it back to her, because I've learned what I've needed to learn from it. But anyways, the point is, you should totally read these books because they're totally worth it. And I think that's really all I have to say. Leave some comments down below if you have any other book recommendations for anybody, or any questions further on where you could get these books. But they're really, you can really get them like anywhere. This one's actually New York Times bestseller, so I feel like you just look this one up on Google and find it anywhere, you know? So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Let me know if you like these book reviews. Let me know if you'd like to see more and what you'd like to see more of, because I have some parenting videos we could do too, or parenting books that we could look at too. And I think I'm going to end it here. So I hope you enjoyed, and until I see you again.